Walk into almost any American bathroom today and you will see the same safe formula. White sink, white toilet, white tub, neutral walls, maybe a little gray if someone wants to feel bold. Now rewind a few decades. The sink is pink, the tub is pink, the toilet is pink, the tile is pink. There's a heat lamp glowing over the mirror. A tiny built-in door in the wall can swallow dirty laundry. And inside the medicine cabinet, there is a narrow metal slot where used razor blades disappear into the wall and stay there for decades. That was not strange. That was just a bathroom. Old American bathrooms used to be more colorful, more opinionated, and in some ways, more thoughtfully built than the ones we rush through today. Some of their features disappeared because technology improved. Others vanished because taste changed. And a few are so odd that it is hard to believe they were ever considered completely normal. Here are 10 old bathroom features that quietly disappeared. Number 10. High-tank pull-chain toilets. Before the compact toilet became standard, many bathrooms had a tank mounted high up on the wall with a long chain hanging down. You did not press a discreet little handle. You reached up and pulled. The whole thing felt more mechanical, more visible, and somehow more dramatic than the toilets we live with now. You heard the rush of water coming down from above. You felt the room doing something. There was no attempt to make the process invisible. That is one of the biggest differences between old bathrooms and modern ones. Modern bathrooms try to hide function. Older bathrooms often displayed it. As plumbing design changed and lower tanks became easier, cheaper, and more practical, the pull-chain toilet slowly disappeared. But there is still something oddly satisfying about it. It made even a routine part of life feel like an event. Number 9. Heat lamps and ceiling heaters. Older bathrooms could be cold in a way modern people tend to forget. Tile floors were cold. Tile walls felt cold. Stepping out of a hot bath into an unheated room in the middle of winter could be miserable. So many bathrooms had their own dedicated source of warmth. Heat lamps above the mirror, wall heaters, and ceiling units that hummed to life and blasted hot air into the room. They were not subtle. They were not elegant, but they solved a real problem. If you remember the red glow bouncing off the mirror while the rest of the house still felt chilly, you know exactly why these existed. They turned the bathroom from a cold box into a temporary refuge. As central heating improved and newer homes held temperature more evenly, these features became less necessary. But for a long time, they were the reason a winter bathroom felt bearable at all. And once you start looking closely at old bathrooms, you notice something else. If a daily object could be built into the room, it usually was. Number 8. Built-in soap dishes and toothbrush holders. This is one of those details people stop seeing until someone points it out. In many older bathrooms, the soap dish was not something you set on the sink. It was built directly into the tile wall. The same went for toothbrush holders. Little ceramic pieces, color matched to the room, locked into the architecture itself. That may sound minor, but it reveals a very different design philosophy. The bathroom was not meant to be filled with accessories later. The room itself came prepared. Everything looked more integrated, more deliberate, more complete. Today, most bathrooms rely on loose objects. A plastic tray here, a cup there, a shelf someone adds later. Older bathrooms often assume the room should already know what it was for. So the wall held your soap. The wall held your toothbrush. The wall, in a way, was part of the routine. Number 7. Recessed medicine cabinets. There was a time when the medicine cabinet was not just useful, it was essential. Mounted above the sink and often recessed directly into the wall, it gave you storage without making the room feel crowded. Mirror outside. Storage inside. Clean, practical, efficient. It was one of the smartest things an older bathroom could do with limited space. That is why it is so strange to see newer bathrooms replace them with plain mirrors and nowhere to put anything. The medicine cabinet used to solve a real problem, and it solved it elegantly. But what made some of those cabinets unforgettable was not the mirror, it was what you found behind it. We will get to that. Number 6. Bathroom telephones. This may be the feature that makes the youngest viewers pause and ask whether people were joking. They were not. For a stretch of the mid-century years, some bathrooms had telephones. Not because the bathroom was the funniest room in the house, but because it was becoming something more private and self-contained than it had been before. People dressed there, groomed there, took their time there. In larger or more stylish homes, the bathroom was becoming a retreat. So yes, in some homes, someone decided it ought to have a phone. Today it feels absurd. But before mobile phones made every room a phone room, people were already experimenting with the idea that comfort meant connection everywhere. It is a perfect old bathroom detail because it says so much about the ERA. Convenience kept expanding, and for a while the bathroom was carried along with it. Number 5. Built-in tissue dispensers. This is the kind of feature that sounds small until you realize how completely it has disappeared. In many older bathrooms, tissue boxes were not left sitting out on a counter. They were recessed neatly into the wall, often right beside the toilet, built to match the tile and blend into the room. That tiny design choice tells you a lot. Older bathrooms were designed as finished systems. If an object was going to be part of the room every day, people often preferred to integrate it instead of letting it float around loose. It made the room feel more permanent, more considered, less disposable. That may be why old bathrooms often feel so distinctive, even when they are small. Every inch had a job, and a surprising number of those jobs were solved inside the wall itself. Number 4. Bathroom laundry doors and hamper chutes. This one feels so smart it almost seems modern. Some older bathrooms had a little built-in door or opening where dirty towels and clothes could be dropped straight into a hamper below, or down a chute toward the laundry area. No basket overflowing in the corner, no damp towels dragged down the hallway. Just a small opening, a quick drop, and the mess was gone. That is exactly the kind of old house logic people love when they find it. No app, no gadget, no clever branding, just architecture quietly solving an everyday annoyance. These features faded away as house layouts changed, safety standards shifted, and construction got simpler. But once you see one, it is hard not to wonder why more homes stopped using them. Number 3. Colored fixtures. For a long time, white was not the dream. Colored bathrooms were. Sinks came in blue. Toilets came in green. Tubs came in yellow, pink, and shades that now feel almost too specific to imagine. For decades, a bathroom fixture was not expected to disappear into the background. It was supposed to make a statement. That makes sense when you remember what the post-war years felt like. America was building, buying, decorating, and filling new homes with personality. Color meant freshness. Color meant optimism. Color meant modern life had arrived. Then the taste changed. White came back hard. Colored fixtures started to look old instead of stylish. What had once seemed cheerful and current began to feel like something that needed to be ripped out before selling a house. and millions of bathrooms lost their color because of it. Number 2, the all-pink bathroom. This deserves its own entry because it was not just one color option among many. It was a full-blown American phenomenon. For a while, pink bathrooms were everywhere. Pink sinks, pink toilets, pink tubs, pink tile, pink soap dishes, pink towel bars, and sometimes even pink accessories to complete the whole picture. And it is important to understand that these bathrooms were not built as jokes. They were built with confidence. They were fashionable. They looked polished. They reflected a very particular mid-century belief that domestic life could be bright, coordinated, and cheerful. Now people walk into one and either fall in love or reach for a demolition plan. That split says everything. Pink bathrooms are one of the clearest signs that taste does not move in a straight line. What one generation proudly installs, the next tears out, and the generation after that starts hunting for them again. And still, even pink bathrooms are not the strangest thing old medicine cabinets were hiding. Number 1, the razor blade slot. If you have never heard of this, it sounds fake. In many older bathrooms, especially those with recessed medicine cabinets, there was a narrow slot in the back for used razor blades. You finished shaving, slid the blade through the opening, and it dropped into the wall cavity behind the cabinet. That was the disposal system. No container, no little sharps box, no special drawer, just the wall. Because those blades stayed there. People renovating old homes still sometimes open up a bathroom wall and find decades of them piled below the cabinet, rusted, forgotten, and exactly where someone dropped them years earlier without a second thought. It is one of the strangest examples of what old bathrooms used to normalize. A hidden slot in the cabinet, a pile of blades inside the wall, a tiny everyday habit that quietly outlived the people who started it. That may be the perfect final image for this whole video. Old bathrooms were not just places to wash up. They were color statements, storage systems, heating solutions, grooming spaces, and little machines built around routines that modern bathrooms no longer reflect in the same way. The pull-chain toilet, the built-in soap dish, the heat lamp over the mirror, the pink fixtures, the laundry door, the medicine cabinet that swallowed razor blades and never gave them back. None of these things disappeared all at once. They just faded out, remodel by remodel, until the bathroom became simpler, safer, cleaner looking, and a lot less strange. So which one would you actually bring back? The pink bathroom? The built-in accessories? The laundry chute? Maybe not the razor blade slot. Let us know in the comments. And if this brought back a room you thought was gone for good, subscribe to American Remnants. There is a lot more of old America still hiding in plain sight.